Podcast.
Hey everybody, Ola aka Chalk1 from Battlefield Podcast here with Tim aka Darkness429. Today, DICE released a Battlefield 4 official Frostbite feature video, Frostbite Engine 3. And we just wanted to talk a little bit about what the possibilities of this new engine might mean for Battlefield 4. They talked quite a bit about how the engine is a software on its own, and they talked about seamless reality and how much easier it makes it for developers to create things such as moving trees and all those features. But we don't want to talk about what they talked in the video. We have a link in the description. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. But now, Battlefield 4, we've had a lot of talk about Levolution. Obviously, Frostbite 3 plays a big part in that. Tim, what do you think as far as what we saw in this video, what that might mean for the future of Battlefield 4?
The future of Battlefield as a whole looks very promising. Frostbite 3 is going to open up a lot of new doors for game developers. Being able to develop a platform on a cell phone, a mobile device, a tablet, and then also being able to develop something on a next-gen console and integrate those two together is huge. Some new things that we've never seen before. Frostbite 3 is going to be able to give developers a new way of giving the players a real feel of being integrated in with the game. Their actions are really going to dynamically affect the environment around them. No longer will it just be blowing down a tree or blowing a hole in the wall, but it's going to be very minute things that will be affecting players in certain ways. They talked about this new networked water simulator and how everyone will be seeing the same wave at the same time and being able to utilize those things to your advantage. Like I said, I feel like gamers are going to have this real sense of being in the game, and it's something we've really never seen before. Game developers have had this really hard time of trying to give the players a feel of being in the game, but I think Frostbite 3 is really heading off in the right direction, and it'll be really interesting to see what happens in the next couple of years with Frostbite 3 as it progresses through, and what is to come of Frostbite, Frostbite 4 and so on.
Yeah, because people always think of the big things, like the skyscraper coming down or a dam breaking. But it's also a lot of the little things, like they talked a little bit about how trees react when an explosion occurs nearby, or even the helicopter flying by making the trees flutter and move, and the branches move and everything. Debris causing other debris to move. It's all dynamic and much more lifelike. I think that's probably the biggest thing we're going to notice when we get into Battlefield 4, isn't so much the big obvious things, but the little stuff that you wouldn't really think of if someone asked you to make a list.
Right.
But when you see them, you're like, oh my god. Like, I'm sure, Tim, you can remember back to the first time that we saw like a cool water effect in a game, and you'd walk in it and the water would actually move and stuff, and it would ripple.
Yeah.
That was like, oh my god, that is so cool.
That was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Right. Now we're looking at cloud particle effects and water displacement due to a vehicle being dropped in it and things like that. Like, gaming in general is just progressing in leaps and bounds, and it's amazing to see just the progression it's done in 10 years. And it's kind of scary to think what we'll see in the next 10 years. We're going to have like holodecks from Star Trek.
That would be pretty cool. I think we've got a lot of cool things to look forward to in Battlefield 4 and with the other games being developed with Frostbite 3. And I think you guys should let us know in the comments what you think. What is the biggest thing you think Frostbite 3 will bring to Battlefield 4 in particular, but also in more general terms to gaming? Because not only does DICE develop Frostbite 3, but you know that whenever there's something as cool as this, every other developer, every other engine manufacturer, if you will, are working on similar things to try and catch up or to beat them. So competition's good. We should see a lot more of that. Let us know what you think. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and like the video. It helps us out a lot.
And as always, thanks so much for watching, guys. We really appreciate it. And stay tuned, because in the next couple of days, we're going to be taking a look at the classes coming to Battlefield 4. So this is Tim and Ola signing off. We'll see you next time.